Good morning everyone, and welcome from the foothills of the Brandon Mountain, or Mount Brandon. Specifically, I'm in a small car park in a place called Faha in the Dingle Peninsula, and is the starting point of a climb of Mount Brandon, which is the highest mountain in Ireland, outside the MacGillycuddy Reeks. The route to the summit is one of two popular routes, whereas this route from Faha approaches the mountain from the east side. Another route, known as the Pilgrim Route, approaches from the west. The last time I climbed this mountain was some 20 years ago, and I can say that there's some spectacular views to be enjoyed along the way to the summit. Not least of these, a series of Paternoster lakes, Cumanock Lochs, Loch Nalacan and Loch Crutcha. I had planned to make a segment looking towards the Mount Brandon from the Conor Pass, but there was a lot of fog at the time I was passing. That seems to be clearing up now, and hopefully we'll have some clear skies as the weather forecast had predicted. Between 1940 and 1943, 4 planes crashed on the Brandon and Faha Ridge. I'm passing the spot where one of these planes crashed. Here is the engine from that plane. It should be said that the route up to Mount Brandon from Faha is quite strenuous in places and the correct footwear is essential. Furthermore, I found myself having to use my hands as well as my feet to manoeuvre through the most difficult parts of the climb, as it's a long way down if you lose your footing. The other route up, the pilgrim route from the west side, is said to be less severe, although I've never climbed this route before. However, with all that said, it can become a nightmare if the weather takes a turn for the worst and you're less able to see where you're going. We're now at 952 metres above sea level on the summit of Mount Brandon, and what views do we have of the Dingle Peninsula around us? This is another of these summits where you'll need to walk around in order to see more of the surrounding landscape. Mount Brandon is the second highest prominence in Ireland, behind Carrauntoohil. It's not the second highest mountain. These mountains are higher. I think this is another of these mountain tops where clouds positioned at just the right spots can make for some really interesting images. We have a decent sprinkling of clouds here today, although it looked like a case of fingers crossed at one stage on the way up. If the sky was clear enough, you should be able to see the Skellig Islands off the Iveragh Peninsula, which is south of the Dingle Peninsula. I'm not going to head down straight away. I'm going to hang around here for about a half an hour or so, walk around, take in the scenery and see what pictures I can get. I'm sure you've guessed I'm in Dingle. I just said I'd stop here, go for a bit of a walk around and see where I can go for some grub before I make the 3.5 hour journey back home. It's early October, so one can probably notice the temperature starting to come down, maybe just as well, because a part of me would be inclined to think that the 30s would be too much when you're embarking on a climb like Mount Brandon. With all that said, I can see this not being the last time I come here to the Dingle Peninsula. Here's where I'm going to end this video. You should head over to my Flickr page where you'll see plenty of images I've taken down the years, falling into what you could call a mixed bag of genres. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch, and hopefully I'll see you all again in the next one.